Taking an international assignment is one of the most transformative career moves a procurement professional can make. Over the decades, I've seen so many expats in procurement. French professionals in the US, Germans in Brazil and China, Americans in Singapore, Taipei and Shanghai. And without exception, every one of them has said the experience was worth it. Of course, it's not without challenges. Moving abroad means stepping away from your comfort zone, leaving behind your friends, your family, your entire support network. If you have children, it means changing schools, helping them to adjust to a new language, a new culture. If your partner moves with you, they may have to put their own career on hold or reinvent themselves in a new market. It's not always easy, and I've seen people struggle. But what you gain in return is something you can never fully anticipate before making the leap. Working in a foreign country rewires the way you think. It forces you to see business from a completely different perspective. And in procurement, that's an invaluable skill. If you are used to working in Europe or North America, moving to Asia can be a wake-up call. Suddenly, you're in a business culture where decisions are made in a fundamentally different way. You experience firsthand how relationships and hierarchy shape negotiations, how implicit communication matters more than direct confrontation. And this isn't just something interesting to observe, it's career defining. I've seen executives at German car makers return from a few years in the US with an entirely new understanding of how American suppliers and customers think and operate. That exposure to a different way of doing business gave them an edge. Some of them went on to lead entire procurement organizations because they had something their peers didn't: first-hand experience in a key market. And then there's China. If you want to make an impact in global supply chains, you can't just read about China, you have to experience it. I've seen firsthand how executives who spend time working closely with suppliers like Foxconn and their peers skyrocketed in their careers. Simply visiting suppliers once in a while doesn't compare to being fully immersed in the way of doing business, understanding the constraints and seeing the supply chain from the inside. And going abroad doesn't just change how you see your company, it changes how you see your suppliers. One of the most overlooked advantages of an international assignment is proximity to key suppliers. If you move to the US, you may be much closer to a supplier's corporate headquarters, which means better access to senior decision makers. If you're in Asia, you're likely much closer to where your suppliers actually manufacture. You can walk the shop floor, meet the engineers and understand the reality behind production processes in ways that are impossible from behind a desk in your home country. And let's be honest, procurement is all about relationships. If you want to win the battle for mindshare with a supplier, there's no better way than showing up, understanding the challenges firsthand and engaging at a deeper level. This is how you build real influence. And later in your career, when you're back in your home country, those supplier relationships, those personal connections can make all the difference. I know this from personal experience. When I started as a procurement consultant, I spent a lot of time traveling and working in different countries, and it completely changed the way I thought about procurement. Seeing the realities of different markets firsthand gave me an ability to connect with suppliers in a way that wouldn't have been possible otherwise. And while I've spent my entire career in consulting, I've seen this pattern play out for countless executives in industry as well. The people who took international assignments often ended up in senior leadership roles faster than their peers who stayed in their home countries. So should they take an international role if the opportunity presents itself? In my experience, the answer is almost always yes. Yes, it's an adjustment, but the rewards in terms of career growth, supplier influence and personal development are enormous. It's an investment in your future. You will return with new skills, new perspectives and a network that can shape your career for decades to come. So if you ever get a call offering you an opportunity abroad, think very carefully before saying no, because chances are the people who say yes are the ones who get ahead.